So guys, you see that on the thumbnail. I guess I'm buying another car. I have a bit of sale printed out, heading back over. I already looked at the car, and yeah, I don't know, why am I buying another car? I guess I'm slowly losing it maybe. I still haven't fixed the 550 yet, and here I go, get another one. I want to give you an update on all the specs and information that I have later on. And I'm just heading over to finalize the sale. Guys, this is it, the new to the channel X5 E53, and we're off to a great start. The window was stuck down when I got there. I had to fix it after I buy it, so because it is windy as hell today. So these are the tires the car came with. Look, this is, if I push a little harder, it's gonna blow up. This is the dot, it's 2003. So this is as old as the car, and the front one already did pop, and the spare isn't any better. So luckily we found a place that has the tires, so you're gonna go and get a set of no tires on these, because this just ain't safe. So guys, I'm on the first drive, taking it home, and temperature is already creeping. That's because there is a hole in the radiator. So let's see if I can make it. And there we have it, cooling temperature. That didn't take long. Let's top off some water and let's see how far we can go. This is our problem here. It's steaming out right there. So it's bad. This is it. That is the unicorn. That is a E53. That's the first generation X5. And what makes that a unicorn? Because it's a 20-year-old car right now, and it only has 53,000 miles on there. And that is literally nothing. First year I had my 535, I put about 22,000 miles on there. And now it's still about 12, 15 a year easily. It's a 2003, and the last registration I found was in 2011 with 52,000 miles. And now it's 2023, 12 years later, and just 1,500 miles more. This car was just standing around. That's also the story I was told, that it was a company car and they apparently just forgot about it, just didn't use it, was standing around. So let's just walk around a little bit and see what we see. These are the smallest kidneys you've ever seen on an X5, because they only get bigger from here. This is a pre-facelift, you can tell by the lights. There's these double bubbles. That was reminiscent of the time. A lot similarities between this E53 and the E39, the 5-seater of the time. Actually, they have the same platform underneath. Also the clusters and so on, instrument cluster, steering wheel. It's a lot of shared parts. Well, I ended up with this one because how many will you find that have so few miles and are in decent condition? There are not many, so at a certain point you just can't be picky anymore. Paint so far is pretty good, other than a few small things. Mainly right here, there's a big ass scratch in here, which that's gonna be my first try to paint repair, and I haven't even looked at it. Not sure if that is all the way through. Actually, maybe in the clear coat. If not, I have to go and fill it with paint. And you have some scratches here from whoever installed this door handle and kind of messed it up and scraped it. I'm gonna get to this in another video. Just take a look at the overall condition. It is dusty as hell. It's been standing around. But the paint seems not to be burned. No scratches, no accidents, Carfax is clean. The pre-facelift X5 still has permanent all-wheel drive. I think the split is it 42-58, something like this, 40-60 permanent split, or 38-62, somewhere around that ballpark. While the facelift got the X-Drive, first generation. Also the facelift got the ZF 6-speed, while this one is a 5-speed. But again, you can only be so picky when you're looking to buy 20-year-old cars with no mileage on there. And just another story, when we've been calling around trying to source some tires that fit 4 of them. One shop said, yep, no problem, I have them here. Once we got there, they said, yep, nope, only have 3. But I have 4 in a different size. The deception when it comes to used car parts and used cars is just so sickening. I looked at another car before I got this one, and again, it's all fine. On the photos you couldn't see anything. Once you got there, the armrest was peeling off, the headliner was sagging, this and that. Come on, man. The door panels all been crap, completely crap. They would just not say anything. So it's pretty frustrating. let's just call it an experience. What else did I see when checking around? Brakes in the front seem fine, brakes in the rear need to be replaced. And these are the old platforms, so your parking brake is actually on the inside. So you have additional brake pads in here, like a drum brake. That's your parking brake. I'm gonna make a video once I get to those, how to show those. But this is old technology, it should be around for a long time. Is what it is. Also not the biggest fan of these chrome wheels. For now I leave it. I have other plans with it. Also would prefer having the aluminum side steps, but for that I have to get this and this and this. 3 parts here, maybe it's a 4th on the inside, but the aluminum steps are more complex. I have to see what I'm gonna do with it. If I just leave it like this, I mean, I could just paint it, probably won't. I'll just continue going through. Of course, the wiper. Usually this happens if you're in a snow country, then the weight of the snow just slowly wears it down over. Okay, this should not happen. Either it is completely loose, if it's completely detached from the electric motor on there, that would make sense. Or there's a problem with the motor. Either way, this is easy to replace, not a big problem. 4.4, can tell it by the exhaust pipes. If the quad exhaust versus the 6-cylinder only has 1 on each side. Over here you have a access hatch for a trailer tow hitch. I may install one and use this for towing. And that is pretty much it so far. Oh, of course, let's take a look on the inside, because that's another thing. So the seller has been quite fair. The guys I bought it from did tell me a few things that are wrong with the car and what they already tried to do with it. For once, there's only one key. Someone did change the battery and they left tons of marks on here. So not ideal. Maybe just stand this down a little bit, make it a little smooth, because this is gonna rip your pants apart and shit. Not ideal. Overall, it's a recurring theme because it's old plastic, not as flexible as it used to be. Let's open it up and show you some of the problems that have been communicated. This, of course, is one because when I got there, the window was all the way down, it was stuck down. So the thought was maybe they messed something up here and it stuck. Turned out that the window was just all the way down and stuck underneath the guide. I gotta see what I can do about it. If there's a guide that is broken, or if it's just an adjustment thing. Haven't worked on these doors in a while. But also once they changed this here, they kind of lost the seal here. So I already received the seal and the new door handle. I got the original door handle because aftermarkets do have a tendency to have fitment issues. And I'm gonna fix that then first. You can already see this shouldn't be here. That's because door panel is off. Because like I said, they tried to work on it. It was stuck somewhere here. First I'm going to install the door handle with the seal, then I can wash this thing, get all the dirt off. And the same thing we have on the rear. Same thing here. They tried to, so hard. They tried to repair the cable of the window regulator. And this is just, I don't even know. I don't know where to start. I haven't looked into it yet. I haven't moved it since I got it, but I mean the cable at best, maybe I have to change the entire, maybe it's easier to just get an entire new window regulator. I mean the engine goes somehow there, another cable, this is also bent. I have to take a look at it. I don't even see any parts that they would have ordered already. So I gotta see what the deal is with this one. Overall, common problem. These E53s have problems with the door handles, that they get stuck and it breaks, and with the window regulators. Fine, not a big deal. It's easy to work on. Also, they usually have problems with the roof, especially with the panoramic roof. They usually get stuck. So if you ever have one, don't touch it, don't open it. Just leave it as it is. You see, it's dirty as hell, but nothing a good deep clean would be able to get out of it. So I can't tow you around too much. There's just one mess and one dirt. See, door handle is stuck. Not a big deal. These are easy to do. I'll show you in another video. And they're not that expensive. Again, in the front, it's also dirt. See all this here? Because the front window was open for a while. Luckily I got it closed so I can drive it. whatever, not a big deal. And of course you don't have a window regulator in the rear. Window would come down, that's why you have all these fingerprints up here, pushing it up to try to make it seal. And other than that, only one more issue that is known to me. Beside the Christmas tree on the dash. The Christmas tree on the dash is quite, I don't want to say something normal. My BMW ownership experience has always been good. I never really had a check engine light or anything. Unless I took out the catalytic converter, then until I coded it, yes. But this one just says service engine soon, and airbag light is on. I think the airbag light is on because the door airbag is not where it's supposed to be. I haven't looked into engine. The engine runs super smooth. Honestly, it's great. And yes, I'm aware it's old oil, old fluids, old everything. I already received oil, waiting on some filters. I'm gonna change all the fluids. I'm gonna change engine fluid, coolant, because the radiator also has to be changed. You have 4 transmissions. You have your shifter transmission, your regular 5-speed in this case, and in this case for this X5 you have a front 20, you have a rear, you have a front diff, a rear diff, and you have a transfer case. So that's total of 4 transmissions. Of course, brake fluid gotta be done, it's ancient. Steering fluid, you don't have to change it, just top it off. I haven't even looked into that yet, but it does steer. Let me show you the last problem that is known. Oh, and of course, spark plugs I'm gonna change also. The radiator does have a leak, somewhere right up here, where the plastic connects to the metal. That's usually where they leak. I got a new radiator already here. Gotta change this thing. Also got a tool to take off the fan, mechanical fan, reverse thread, careful on that. And then I'm just gonna do that, get the fluid, and it should be ready to go. I can't wait to get it up in the air, take a look underneath to see what actually is wrong with it. Hopefully not much. But this one may stay in the family for a little bit, because it is pretty practical. It's quite big. I like the design of it. They get rarer and rarer. There's so few miles on it. Like the 550 has almost 130,000 miles. This is not even half of it. So might as well drive it. Maybe I just fix it up and set it again. This will make a profit just because it is so rare, so old with so little miles on it. And the parts and the fluids are not that expensive on it. And I got a fair price for it. And I could just clean it up and flip it. But I kind of like it. It's kind of something different than your standard cars, and it's going to be so cheap to run, other than the gas of course. And let's see what will break on it, but why not, right? This is solid crap. These things don't really fall apart, and there's literally no technology in there that would break or fail on you, other than the pixels in the cluster, of course, common issue. This one has a professional navigation system. Of course, the screen also starts failing, but it doesn't have a backup camera, so I'm considering getting a system with a camera anyway. Then we have your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto and whatnot, and a modern head unit with a backup camera. And then it's ready to drive in the current day and age again. So you also see small things like the headlights. The driver's side headlight has some fading, needs some restoration. The passenger one actually looks fine. Small things, age-related, but overall it's in pretty decent condition. So there you have it. This is the newest edition, my X5 Unicorn, and you can expect to see more of this. Not exactly sure what it's gonna be, but there's a few things to fix on it, and of course I'm gonna share it with you. And once it's ready, let's see what I'm gonna make out of this thing. So thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of it. Should I have gotten a facelift maybe? Should I have gotten a 6-cylinder? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comments. I'm gonna see you in the next video.